Welcome, everybody. Captain RoBear and crew here for Call the Netherdeep, episode 11, the after show. Let's go.
Oh my god.
My gods.
All right, so, and Tim, what the fuck?
Can you please,
My biggest note about all of this is fucking masterclass for turning this, like, what was that? Probably 15 minutes of a scene that had very few words in character. And it was so good. Like, that is how you can sell a story without even having to be skilled in RP. So take notes of that shit. That is how you make an intense moment.
It's these two. The master scorer on this side with RoBear with his constant live tweaking, amazing understanding of all the music that you're working with because you have a huge freaking database. And then Tim just blowing literally everyone's minds. Like, it just melted. And ending it with the most CR humping strong song. And I am losing my mind.
That one really sounds CR, doesn't it? It sounds really close to CR's mix. When I listened to it, I was like, holy shit, that's awesome. We were tearing it up on Baldur's Gate. The seed was planted.
And he took the bait. Just, God, you gave him a nibble of a flying broom.
You're so good to
How
do
did
it
you
on
know he
rolls
was going
too.
to take that? I mean, that's a great fun like trope, but I mean, to bait out Pickles with that, really?
Everybody wants a flying broom. Come on.
Yeah, but it's a broom. Like, you literally embody rage and destroy things.
Dude, that's a fucking first-class transportation device.
Hell yeah, it is.
But also, like, imagine a tiny gnome screaming from the sky.
every fight needs to have Pickles on a broom flying in, swinging a fucking
Death from
hammer.
above incarnate.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the fall damage per 20 feet?
So I do a D6 for 10.
Every 10 feet. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Every story. Yeah. So this is why I wanted to make sure we had all hands on deck for this episode, because it was going to be a fun RP jaunt. I have a ton of characters to all of a sudden ply. And while there's maybe one or two sentences about them, it's super fun, like, RP game for me, because all of a sudden I get to play, hey, you're going to play 18 characters rapid fire. So go for it. But you guys make it super, super fun to do, because as long as there's a full party, you guys are all taking turns and interact with them, and it's a fun experience for me.
Yeah, it's not just you talking, you know?
Yeah, you're asking them questions and engaging, you know, before you know it, we end up with really fun conversation about eating ass and all that. That's fucking great. Good old campfire. Brooms. Yeah. And, you know, the story begins to spiral out from there. You know, most of it all being, you know, improv. It lays down kind of like what people may or may not be, but then we let the story develop, like, okay, what are these people doing here? What are they here for? And, you know, kind of checking you guys out. I like it. You guys broke it up. Kind of check out the scene. Everybody's being hospitable, being good campers. Like, it's cool scene. You guys have come in the heroes, but not everybody's running over to suck your dick either. Like, it's like, you know, they had their wagons circled in case things came by, and eventually you did find out it was the quieter ones that had done it. Lost the most. And when you came back with that peace offering afterwards, and we're clear about, like, okay, hey, we got more than enough.
It was really hard because they were the most intriguing by being the most quiet, but you know, so Feisty is having to refrain from being actual Feisty and letting Osorin be actual Osorin, and respecting that, like, that boundary. There was, you know, they're not, you know, being inviting, they're being more closed off, and that's fine. You just be fun around them and you see how that pans out. And
you still slowly work it in.
Yeah.
You still got cool things. And that's what it was about. You know, you learned, some people got some bonuses to survival, learned the sand step.
Oh my gosh.
Very, very cool.
That's huge. I've got a +4 to survival now. Like, Let's go.
We got health pots. You got some strength potions. You found a very, very interesting family out on their caravan, and the auntie holding up shop. Obviously, a very, very strong witch.
Well, okay, we kind of know that now, considering. I mean, if you look at what it was when it's set, you've got 2 former warriors outside the turtle and her in the middle. So I mean, they're in battle position. They're waiting for those fucking razor claws to cut through us and then move to them.
Well, so I know, we're still actively in this, so there's only so much information you should share. But these NPCs were from the book, right?
I will read off what it looks like inside the book, so people know the difference between
Netherdeep and RoBear deep.
And ass deep.
You ain't gone deep until you gone RoBear deep.
Here is what is said about Auntie. Chaotic neutral, hobgoblin druid. I've made these half and half orc goblin, kind of. You get the drift of what they are. Is old but elegant looking. Long silver hair, deep green robes. Calls herself an old witch. Spends much of her time brewing potions and inventing new tea blends. That's it.
Okay.
That's Auntie.
Cool.
Pops and Papa, old guard. Pops, old town guard, has old chainmail, spear, and shield stored.
Yeah.
Easygoing and artistic. I never even saw the artistic on the end. I got lucky with that one. I ruled him that he was the dad, the Jimmy Buffett concert.
Yes.
Papa's the guy that actually can fuck you up, but he only cares around the fucking dagger. He's the one that's still very much active and can take care of himself. Gothby, I never even read his. I was just like, I can do a little boy. And then on the girl, I was like, dude, I'm gonna make her the protege. And I got to have fun with her, and really, I didn't read hers. She can speak in full sentences, write as well, hops on tortoise, and frolics.
They were very
she
Wednesday.
does so much more than that in this campaign.
They, with their family dynamic, they were very Pugsley and Wednesday Addams, though.
Yeah.
Like causing chaos, especially with Wednesday. Like, oh, I loved it. And she almost took your monkey away.
Yeah. Dude,
Multiple times.
This is all ad lib. Hell yes.
So on the other ones, Tyvik and Magra are berserkers. They survived some encounter that we didn't do earlier on. That's written in the module. So nothing.
And those were the native.
Yeah, those are the natives. They had something tied in that we didn't do in our campaign.
Yep.
So that would have come from where we were then.
So all that's my improv, the ox, all that stuff. That's all there's the desert step dune. That's all my stuff. Yeah. Justice is just a dude who's riding a moorbounder. He survived an earlier encounter. He's not specifically with Gaia. I put them together. She's just cooking there. Yeah. All it says is that she's cooking this mastodon soup. And then
they're the fucking muscle for the bugbears.
Yeah, I made them be
love that.
And then there was 2 bugbears, and they didn't write anything about them. They just made them shopkeep. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna do like I did a long time ago and fuck with people and make them think that they're fucking, they're just ignorant bugbears, and they're gonna be, the brains of the operation. And they have a scout, and they have they have this fucking this swashbuckling kind of tiefling that's a couple that's with them. This very aristocratic traveling, like I want to make them as like the coolest fucking couple on the run, because they're whatever company they represent, like they have fine wares. These people do good and they take care of themselves. They obviously know where to camp. They're the insiders, and they're scouting everything else around. So everything else is just based off your interactions and getting to build them out while you guys play back and forth. So, the girl becomes very, good fun little interactions without having to say anything.
Yep.
Do stuff back and forth. Your monkey is a godsend. It can fucking create and start any kind of conversations. I love pets that I can play with.
I'm so happy that we are just latching onto that. I mean, I don't know how long it'll last. We'll see, but like
pets are great. I mean, that's what they're icebreakers.
Yep. Very much so.
They're captain's hats.
Yep.
And so when you guys came over and we're like, okay, they're having you over for dinner. She's judging everybody up, looking at you, and I go, you know what? I'm gonna dangle out a piece, a strong item that a witch would have. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna extend it out and I'll see. Just see what happens.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, I know, and I knew in my head after I was like, what item? And I was like, oh, what could tie to it? And then whenever you did it, I loved it. You made the rolls. You got to explain story with it. You told the story going up through it. Plus, we have the all interactions with Shackleman, who gets thinnered on the way over. And then when all this happens and you decide you're going to take it after all, then you feel the branches. And at first, you guys think, is it a dryad? And then, it is something very different that has come here.
That Auntie is on the quest for finding? Like, what the fuck?
But is this like the ending felt like her sister? Like it's a mirror? I don't.
The gist I got was this was some entity that Auntie's been hunting.
Or Pickles is some entity Auntie's been hunting.
No, it's the entity, and I was just the bait.
Yeah.
My
Cobalt soul.
My greed brought it.
Right.
All right. So explain that because I don't know all about.
So I don't want to. I won't talk all in effect to this old god of Appalachia. Nor am I going to invoke its name on my own fucking video.
No.
But it is an entity that is held at bay, and why brooms are over doors in most of Appalachia, and it is held at bay because it counts the individual strands within the broom.
Gosh.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I got to have fun with as it counts and talks up and it breaks through it, it's able to walk and it's come in. So Pickles' greed manifests the energy that lets this creature step into the plane.
Oh my God.
So she's up there, she's concentrating, she is searching, she's watching it the entire time. She does not see Pickles. She doesn't care. She knows that if the bait is in place, that entity comes. So she watches it and prepares the whole time for this thing to get here, watching it from its own plane, and then it manifests with Pickles' decision.
You rolls fucking kidding me? So basically, she set him up to be the worm on the hook for whatever this.
She would have been doing this for a while, and Pickles comes along and finally takes the bait.
Hey, if he does.
Yep.
If he does,
gets her one step closer to her goal.
I get one step closer to the goal.
Yep.
If he doesn't,
I'm still right where I was at.
A good man.
Never-ending planeswalk.
My God.
Somebody else maybe wanders over here and tries to take something from ours.
Oh my God. Oh.
This is gonna get dark. And
yeah, this is a dark old Appalachian god. I was so pumped. I was like, immediately when I was thinking, I was like, this is it. This is the one that I'll have. And it's very similar to in my mind, whenever I think of this old god, I do the elk skull and the antlers that come out. It's very much like the Leshy from Witcher. Mm-hmm. And that's that's you're not doing Appalachia, then you're going to Eastern Europe,
right
for this piece. Russia. So it's kind of the same thing.
It's kind of the same.
Close enough.
It's pretty fucking creepy.
Babushka.
Awful. Oh no, that's yeah.
So now you got to find out this thing. Pickles is held in place, covered in flies right now. And by the way, you're cognizant. So like the fly, like you're watching as you hold the broom, like you're paralyzed in place, holding this item as it giving her, her passageway to crawl up in this. And then we have.
Is it the bog witch from the Fae? From Witchlight? Is that what we're tying into?
Barcelona, that fucking beach.
I happen to know Barcelona is dead.
I'll be honest.
Good authority.
This enemy is way fucking more badass than fucking Barcelona could ever fucking think to be.
Absolutely.
This is
but we did gallivant around for like 6 to 7 hours, right? We weren't necessarily sleeping, but we were resting for like 6 to 7 hours while we were eating food, right around the campfire.
We had a short rest.
We have a short rest is all we fucking have.
We haven't hit a long rest because I would
not.
be last watch and Pickles is last on.
Nope, we have not.
Actually,
no. There's a reason I didn't give you first or second watch.
Yeah, I get you.
Third watch.
I get you guys probably 6 hours on that.
Yes.
I would say because you're halfway through. Shackleman would take 4. Pickles wouldn't walk up there right at the beginning of his fucking shift. He'd do his due diligence. He's a crew member. Probably spend an hour and a half, and then you got about a half hour where he's pulling the Pink Panther and going up where he's at. I would say you're at 6 hours. I would be comfortable with that where it's at.
Pressing that long rest then?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
Smashing it.
Wow.
Thank God.
Yeah, you want those spell slots back.
Yeah, need them.
There's not going to be bacon in the morning, so yeah.
Oh, no, that's the morning.
Dude, fucking excellent job. Matthias. Excellent fucking job.
I really want to know more about your background that we got a little bit of insight into tonight because I'm not familiar with this world. So who are the factions that you were talking about?
So I mentioned 2 out of the 3 that he has been a part.
Kryn?
No, I haven't actually been a part of the Kryn, but because of my work with the Cobalt Soul, I've been, I know who the Bright Queen is. I know all of this stuff. It just takes a while to come back because Pickles is old.
And we didn't, if I remember from early episodes, you had been with the ship for a while, not in Exandria, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit of backstory that I gave before is that he's from Hupperduke, which is like a gnomish city. Had an anger issue, had an anger problem, and workforce accident, basically got kicked out of town.
Yep.
And so he wandered, and he's basically been kicked out of every faction and every group because of whatever reason. So he was a part of the Clasp in Iman during the Chroma Conclave attack, which is the 5 dragons that attack the city. That's basically campaign 1 for Critical Role. So he was there during that.
And if you want to boil it down even more, it's the creation of the Warforged and the rise of the Thieves Guilds.
Yeah. So the Clasp was a Thieves Guild. And if he wasn't so covered in tattoos, you would see the Clasp tattoo.
Didn't know he was covered in tattoos.
Yeah, he's covered in geometric. Yeah, he's covered in geometric pattern.
Yeah, we did know that. He had described that one.
And then from there, he came back over to this continent, and from the Clasp went to, what is it called? The Myriad, which is another crime syndicate. It's basically the Clasp of this continent. And then from the Myriad went to the Cobalt Soul because he kind of got rescued. He's like, he basically was like, "You're really good at what you do. Come work for us." So he wasn't a full member, but like he was involved with them.
Knows most of the ins and outs.
Yeah. So he wasn't like a monk, but he wasn't like a full on monk or what was Bo's character in campaign 2?
She was a monk, but like you're an intel recon guy.
Essentially, yeah.
You go out and you get the information, bring it back to the conclave, and just...
and that's where my where Pickles comes in with the multi-class. So where he comes in with the barbarian and the rogue.
Ugh.
Oh, that's the fucking insight that I wanted right there. I wanted to know why, and now I have a piece of that.
So there's the barbarian thing is another thing, is a whole nother half of his story too. That'll come out later.
You can't express any of that when you're working with the Cobalt Soul, because it is literally lethal, clean precision. You are working for a monastic order and gathering intel, but you bring in this like whole crime syndicate where you were literally massacring villages of people.
Yeah, it's basically like on this in this world, he was like a triple agent.
And you're that's still why for yourself.
Hi, I'm Pickles.
Yeah, I have a broom.
So that's why when Pickles found a way to plane jump, he just was like, I've done my damage here. I gotta go.
Yeah.
And then we brought you right the fuck back.
Yeah.
Clear your name, and you're here back again.
Yeah. Like decades later.
I'll tell you what. I got a real.
Pickles is around 300. He kind of forgot.
Oh God!
I was 100 years younger than that.
Yeah, because when you plane jump, you kind of lose track of your original age because now you're in a completely different solar system.
Yep.
That's fucking great.
He's somewhere between like 290 and 310 somewhere.
No, that's only a 20-year age difference. Like
I know, but when you only live to like 450.
When you only live.
Honey, you look like 175 times.
Yeah.
I did the same thing during COVID. Now I'm back to 30. It's great.
It's fucking
Your
great.
skin is just so moisturized.
So you know what it is? It's called Voodoo Ranger.
Called that voodoo. Oh man.
Yeah, this is a character I built the actual mechanics of first, and then I was like, why is he this? And then I was like, oh yeah, okay.
Oh god, he's such a sick build though. Like my CR heart gets so happy, but then you just play it during episodes like tonight, and I'm like,
oh, by the way,
it's fan service.
Quirk, great job of being the loose lips to like overshare and have fun at the campfire to give. To give them like something to chew on, nothing crazy, just Illia, spilling out a little extra after you did this amazing fucking story and this song. Your fucking dad, you had us all here. We're like, oh my fucking God.
No, literally, that was all. It was all ad lib. I literally had none of that prepared. Oh, you want to talk? Man. I'll just fucking talk. Like, let's be the
RP
drunk girl
moment
at a
of the
party
week
and be like, hi.
Top move.
RP moment of the week. We loved it. The fucking song, the past. It was so good. We're all there on the edge of the fucking seat, man. I was like Emilio Estevez in the fucking Breakfast Club, getting fucked up with the truth.
No, thank you for letting me do that. Like I still feel like the meek little kitten compared to you boys. I'm like, hi.
What are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, you know what? I ate so much ass today.
Got too drunk to hook up with the bugbears.
Right? Like, dude, I literally hit the wall of being too drunk to hit up like bugbears. That's
eclectic ones.
I really thought she was going for was it Gaia?
Yeah.
No, Gaia? No. If anything, Justice. Gaia to Illia, Gaia is the foil to Justice.
Oh,
they're not together. She literally is his beard. This is not a thing. It is a traveling companion because women lead my tribe. We lead, so we will protect the weaker ones. Justice, despite having a big old kitty cat, is the weak one in Illia's
Confirmed.
mind.
Justice gets pegged. There you guys, you heard it.
Yep, right?
He is a swashbuckler.
Thanks, Sport Sheet. Sponsor this. Yeah. No, I'm like, look, this is not a thing. This is John Waters' beautiful. No, this is your precious little sweetheart.
Travel companions, indeed.
I've got a lot of travel companions. I just don't protect them in that way.
I dug it. It's a great story. We got this badass fucking setup going into fucking next week, and we got a fucking witch battle in the middle here. And
Pickles.
Well, here's the good news. Here's the good news out of it. She will be enthusiastic to no extent if she vanquishes her enemy, and it was thanks to the expunging of Pickles' own greed, and it'll be a life moment.
Oh man.
Or Pickles' own greed takes away a young child's mentor that desperately needs it.
No!
We're still fighting an old god of.
On that note,
fucking stop.
I will leave you
a god of Appalachia.
To next week. Is it Thursday yet?
To the mountains we fly.